I think it's an important responsibility to help dispel some of the rumours that are out there and try and encourage people. It's an informed decision. Get the facts, find out what you need to know, ask people who've had the vaccination, speak to the health professionals, try and find out the truth and make a clearer decision rather than going on 7 WhatsApps that have all told you something different.
What would you say to someone that is saying that I'm not going to take it? My first question is always, why? Where are you coming from with that particular comment or that particular approach?
Everyone is hesitant about it. It's something new and different. Everyone's going to be scared and worried and be apprehensive about it. There's been a history of problems within that group, healthcare problems, of that not being heard, not sometimes being taken seriously. And when you add that to something completely new, I don't see a surprise that there's hesitancy within some of the black communities to take the vaccine.
Because of what's been happening in the past 12 months in regards to racism, I think there's also mistrust.
They hear what's being said, but there's a level of trust that has been broken down and the communication has changed. So I've spent a lot of my time then trying to encourage individuals and say, right, why don't you want the vaccination? What is it that you've heard? What is it that you think is going to happen? There are some people who just like, it's the system and I don't trust the system. Or as I said, some people have had bad experiences and it's like, well, it's very hard to change those experiences, but it's about encouraging them to find out accurate information.
COVID's not racist. COVID does not know that I'm black. COVID just knows that I'm a human being. And this is what people have to look into and actually realise.
Or your friends saying, well, I've heard this and I've heard that. But if they haven't experienced it, it's very difficult just to kind of take it as, well, 2 people have experienced it. The nature of immunisations mean that some people do experience side effects, but not everybody does.
I had sat down and I had to think hard. I've actually had my first vaccination and I'm due to have my second one in April. And I've thought long and hard about whether I'm going to have it, whether I was going to have it or not. Because my first thought was like, how have they managed to get this vaccination so quickly? What we forget is COVID is a virus and the viruses have been around many years. So there's been lots of research into viruses. So yes, you will get something quicker because you have more information.
Maybe the biggest surprise for me was that I didn't realise how emotional it would be actually having the vaccine. So even having done all of that research, even having talked to my loved ones, even going into the hospital, speaking to medical professionals that are very concerned about the times that we're living in, and knowing that actually this could be the start of a different life, a more positive life in a good way, it was still very emotional, very emotional.
There may in the future be further vaccines that we'll have to take as the virus mutates.
This is a time that we've never lived in before. We know that things are continuing to change.
I feel this is a really good point to now come into communities and say, we want to listen to the concerns that you have. We want to listen and try and kind of rectify and address some of the problems and the disparities in healthcare that have existed.
These are the facts that we know, not the conspiracies. These are the facts. These are people that have had the vaccination and there's been no concerns. Mild symptoms, yes, there are. However, these are the positive impacts. And it's reminding them it's not just about them, it's actually about their family, their loved ones. And to be fair, it's the whole world suffering, it's not just us.
I don't think it's about pushing anything on anyone. It's about telling them the facts, making sure they have good sources for that, and allowing them to come to a decision about it.